People always ask me, what camera do you use, bro? Truth is, it's not full frame, it's not the newest mirrorless, it's a Panasonic GH5. Yes, the one from 2017. I still use it in 2025 and on a budget. Every year, there's a new camera, a new model, a new spec sheet that promises to take your visuals to the next level. And while it might appear so, sometimes the gear you have already can tell a story better than anything new. I have been shooting on this camera for about 3 years now, maybe 2.5, but we just gonna say 3, maybe 3 years now, and it gets the job done. Not because I can't upgrade or not because I don't want to, but because it still delivers exactly what I need as a filmmaker. And it's taught me more about storytelling and cinematography than any other camera could. I'm not sponsored by Panasonic, nor am I a tech reviewer with shelves of cameras. I am a person who simply loves to create visuals. I love to do music videos, short form content, or really any content, a lot of passion projects, and I do it on a real world budget. I shoot everything on my GH5, and these are the lenses that live in my bag. A Rokinon 14mm for those wide gritty shots, Panasonic 25mm, which honestly gives me some of my favorite close-ups, and this little $79 Astory 10mm lens. I got it off of Amazon. I bought it on a whim. It's not perfect, but it gives a crazy unique look. Sometimes I'll rent from lens rentals if I need any additional items like more lens or another camera, just depending on how cinematic I want to be or what the project is based on. But for the most part, those are my 3 go-tos. Those 3 lenses, my 1 camera, that's the everyday setup. It always surprises me that gear alone always surprises people when I tell them that's all that I'm using. But I'm pretty sure you want to know, why exactly am I still using this camera in 2025? Or really just at all. I know there's the FX3s out there now and the FX6s, the go-to grab that everybody is grabbing right now, which is cool. And I am considering it myself. Nonetheless, you're here because maybe you're a beginner and you're looking for a camera under $1,000 and some lens that just won't completely break the bank, right? Okay, first off, the specs have aged incredibly well. You have the 10-bit 422 internal recording. You can record up to 4K or Cinema 4K, 60 frames per second. Even today, the combination is rare in a camera under $1,000. But what really makes the GH5 special isn't the specs. It's what it forces you to learn. You have to think about composition, lighting, and color. While we're here, let's briefly get into some of the settings that I use on my GH5. So first, the exposure mode is always going to be on manual. My master pedal still level is on +4. If you go to this SS gain operation, I have seconds and ISO selected, but you also can do angle ISO, and I'll kind of show you that real quick. If you shoot angle ISO, just set it to 180 degrees. I want to get into the quality that I record in and the format. I record in MOV. Then I record in 4K 10-bit at 24 frames. 24 frames is just the cinematic standard. Every now and then I'll jump up to 60 frames per second. That's just if I have a shot that's full of a lot of action, or I want to do some slow-mo effects to it in post-production. And then I'll quickly jump over to the photo style that I'm shooting in, and I shoot in Cinelight D. You want to set the contrast to -5, set the sharpness to -3 or to -5, and the noise reduction to -5, and the saturation to -5. And the reason that you're doing this is so that you have the flattest shot possible. That way you can do all of your manipulation in post-production. Then we'll jump over to exposure. For ISO increments, I shoot in 1/3. This just gives you more ISO options, like a lot of in-betweens to select from. Hit the display button and till you get this menu. Since we have the frame rate at 24, you want to make sure that your shutter speed is 50. If you shoot in 30, you want to make sure that it's 60. If you want a complete tutorial that's more thorough, definitely comment below for that. One thing I've learned with this camera is that limitations do make you better. It'll force you to understand lighting. It'll make you understand composition and just overall aim to do better storytelling. Basically, what I'm getting at is sometimes not having the most expensive gear will force you to get better and be really good. So fine tune yourself, get this camera, grab it, get it today. If you're trying to be a videographer, go get this camera. And I just want to emphasize, the lens I use are imperfect. The Rokinon 14mm has a bit of distortion. The Ash Story, however you say that name, I can't figure it out. The one off of Amazon, it's not the most razor sharp, it just isn't. And then the 25mm, it's basic, but that gets the job done. All in all, what I'm saying is these lenses have their unique abilities. That 14mm gives my shots this wide, raw, gritty texture. The 25mm gives clean focus and depth for close-ups. And the Ash Story is unpredictable. Sometimes it flares, sometimes it warps, but that's what gives it character. That's the beauty of filmmaking on a budget. Now, I won't lie to you, the GH5 isn't perfect. The low light performance, autofocus, it'll give you a bit of a challenge, but it's also not the best. But honestly, those things have taught me a lot of patience. It's taught me to plan. It's taught me to just be very particular about what I'm doing when I'm filming. I've learned to light my scenes intentionally. I've learned to manually pull focus. I've learned to understand exposure before even pressing record. And once you figure that out, I genuinely feel like you can make any camera look good, no matter what. I've dug back to the first camera that I used, which was a Canon T6 Rebel. Definitely not for films, but a lot of people do start there. I've seen it, and I've been able to help them even with that. So is the Panasonic GH5 still worth it in 2025? For me, absolutely. If you're a beginner filmmaker trying to find your look, don't stress about having the latest full frame camera or the perfect lens. Start with what you have. Learn to light, learn to tell a story. The gear will come later. If this video has helped or inspired you, hit that subscribe button, because next we will be comparing a budget camera to an expensive FX3 to determine creativity on both cameras. Does it really matter what camera you're using? I appreciate you watching. Stay creative and keep shooting.